Hello, it's Aislinn. I'm just going to get into the video here. This is my December wrap-up and a quick little discussion of what I plan to do in 2020, as well as my monthly review. So, started this last month where I take one book of all the books I read, and I choose to do a little review on it. So that'll come a little bit later in the video. But for now, for my wrap-up, I finished 2 books in December. I was a horrible reader, but it was December. I was busy, and honestly, I just didn't care. So I just wanted to get through stuff. I wanted to survive. So yeah, 2 books read. Several books started, but only 2 finished. First one was Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. And then the next one was Strange the Dreamer by Lanny Taylor. Now, I'm going to jump into a little bit of the review part. I'm not going to talk about Strange the Dreamer. I personally very much enjoyed it. I already have the second book. I got it from my library. And that's going to be the first book I read in 2020. But I think it's been talked about enough by people way more articulate than I am, have done amazing reviews on it. So I'm not going to give my 2 cents other than that. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely reading the second one right away. Because I have to. It has to go back. So, mini review, Goblin Emperor. Not my particular cup of tea. Not to say I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it. It's a very slow burn book. There's not a whole lot of action that goes on. It is definitely the more political part of political drama, if that makes sense. Probably not, but I'm getting there. So with this one, it's got a large range of characters. It's got incredible world building, which was what kept me involved in it. I was very interested in the world. I wanted to keep going. The story itself, it takes forever to tell a story. The way the characters speak, the way they, their thought processes is all very written out in extreme detail in here. It's a very highly detailed book. So if you like slow burn stories with extremely high detail, with political drama and the little mechanisms of court, with the, deals and backstabbing and all the stuff that goes on, this is probably the book for you. I will warn you, I'm not sure exactly what happened with the writing. The author starts off using a lot of Old English, the these, thys, thous, arts, Shakespearean type talk, and then abruptly cuts it off and goes into modern language, like I think 2nd or 3rd chapter. So I'm not sure if that's something that got by editing or if that was intentional. So there is that, but that's kind of the only kind of downside to the book that I did not like and almost made me quit. But then when it went to the more modern English that I could actually understand, then I really got interested. So yeah, I like a little bit more action in my books. I definitely like a little bit more, if you want to say twists and turns. The twists and turns in this one were very simple. You could see them coming a mile away. But like I said, that being said, if you like highly detailed books, very rich world building, and very interesting characters, and you don't mind a book taking, what is this, like 500 and some pages, if you don't mind a book taking like 500 pages to tell a story that could probably be done in 250 or 300, then this is the book for you, and I'm going to recommend it for you. But yeah, so that's it for December 2020. Now, sorry, on to 2020 reading plans. I'm not making too many plans, honestly. I made plans for myself in 2019, and I think I was a little too strict on myself. It was very stressful. I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. I think that led to me reading less than I normally do. So I'm going back to my no plan. I'm still going to set myself TBRs and probably not follow them. I do roughly have an idea of what I'd like to do, which is I have a lot of books on my shelf. so many, and I say this every year to myself that I'm going to get through them, but I'm now on crunch down time. I am moving very shortly. My goal is a year. Might even stretch that to a year and a half, but I am determined by January next year, I am not going to be living where I'm currently living. So, and I'm not packing. That you've seen my book tour. It should be up by now. If you haven't, you can go check it out on the channel if you're interested. There's a lot of books there, probably 3/4 of which I don't want to take with me. I want to read them. I'm interested in them, but I don't want to pack them across the country. So that's probably the biggest goal for myself, is to really crack down on my bookshelves, crack down on my purchasing, crack down on the actual unread, which most of those books in my bookshelf tour are unread. I have read 21 books on my bookshelf and I have 197. So yeah, that, if anything, is my 2020 goal, is just crack down on myself, hold myself a little bit more accountable, and somehow work out reading more. I'll probably have to come up with some kind of schedule, because I seem to work best with schedules. I haven't played that out yet, but yeah. So we'll see where that goes, but that is, that's it for now. I may refine that a little bit later and see how it works, but for now, that's where I am. And that's the end of this video. See you guys in the next one, where I'm going to get into my Christmas book haul. Bye.